Right now, KZN is hosting a two-day summit to mark International Women's Day. The theme this year is Break the Bias, with a special focus on empowering women in the digital world. Other focuses will be the role of women in building the capacity of the state and fighting GBV, femicide and workplace sexual harassment. ENCA reporter Lethiwe Mdluli is covering this summit, and she joins us now live from KZN. Lethiwe, I was asking you previously, unfortunately we didn't have a proper connection, but I think a lot of women, particularly in South Africa, at least, and around the continent, are quite fatigued by having summit after summit and event after event, proving that they deserve to take up space in the world.
Well, Maseko, I'm actually struggling to hear you because the summit has taken a break. But I was speaking to the Director General in the Presidency, Ms. Mdluli, about the importance of Women's Day, because every year we hear of these summits being held and how important for this summit to be held and some of the resolutions that are taken during this time. But we have been hearing from her speech today, because she was delivering the keynote address, of how important the day is, and she was sharing that this year they are looking at no bias in the workplace and also promoting women in the public and also private sectors. She has touched on that government is also working in ensuring that all the policies that they have in place, especially for GBV and femicide, are instructed and also implemented. She was sharing also that the implementation of these policies seems to be a problem, but they are working towards actually fixing them. We have been hearing from some of the problems, or from the stories that the media has been reporting on, some of the things that have been happening over the years, especially when it comes to GBV. And the DG was saying that this is quite a problem, and it seems like there is a miscommunication in the government sectors when they have to implement these, and also these policies, rather, Maseko, and also they are trying to work towards getting the message out there and making sure that these policies are implemented and they work for the everyday person.
Policies, and of course South Africa is known to have things that look good in black and white, but what are those women who are gathered there telling the audience today? Are they discussing anything that has happened to them personally that shut them out just because they are female?
Well, there was a discussion, especially a Q&A between the DG and some of the women that are present here in the summit, where she was asking whether some women who are present had experienced being bullied in the workplace or experienced sexual harassment in the workplace. And most people who are inside raised their hands, and they were telling of their stories and sharing their stories of what has happened previously. And most of the people that are inside have faced these kinds of problems in the workplace. And these are the problems that the Director General was saying that they want to address, especially in the public sector, because she's saying that there are various issues and growing issues and concerns over the years that they've been seeing, and the problems have been reported. So most of the women who are inside are sharing their experiences and also sharing how these problems can be addressed, especially by government, and what governments needs to do. They are saying, of course, the initiatives or the policies that government has in place are good on paper, but unfortunately they are just not good at implementing these policies, and they need that to work, because if that works, these problems that many women in South Africa face might go away. But of course, that is something that is being shared in the summit. It's not yet being done outside, and we are seeing a lot of women suffering from gender-based violence and also femicide, and also Maseko, sexual harassment in the workplace.